Our second example of using the quadratic formula to solve a problem, we're given this quadratic equation in standard form, x squared plus 2x minus 3 equals 0. So it's already in standard form, it's set equal to 0, and we'll just identify a, b, and c and substitute them into the quadratic formula. But I'm going to take a second to write out the quadratic formula so that you can remember x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. We'll practice that song so that you can memorize it in class, but there's the quadratic formula. So now we're going to identify a, which is an understood 1, b, which is 2, and c here is negative 3. We can substitute those in for a, b, and c into the quadratic formula, so that gives us x equals negative b, or negative 2, plus or minus the square root of b squared, which is 2 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 3, all over 2 times a, which is 1. And we use order of operations to simplify, so we're going to start inside the radical negative 2 plus or minus. Inside the radical, we have 2 squared, which is 4, minus, 4 times 1 times negative 3 is negative 12, so 4 plus 12 over 2. And x is equal to negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 16 over 2. We can simplify further because 16 has a perfect square. Negative 2 plus or minus 4 over 2. And at this point, we can combine like terms on the numerator by splitting it into two options. We could either have negative 2 plus 4 divided by 2, or negative 2 minus 4 divided by 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is positive 2 over 2. Negative 2 minus 4 is negative 6 over 2. And that gives us x equals 1 and negative 3. That's our final answer. We can check to make sure those answers are correct by substituting them back in. We can verify them by writing the original equation and substituting in 1 and then negative 3 and make sure we get equality. So let's try that here. Taking that 1 and putting it in the place of x, I get 1 squared plus 2 times 1 minus 3 equals 0. Well, that's 1 plus 2 minus 3 equals 0. And yes, indeed, 1 plus 2 minus 3 does equal 0. And for the second one, we'll take negative 3 and put it in the place of x. Remember to put that in parentheses when we square it. So negative 3 squared plus 2 times negative 3 minus 3 equals 0. Negative 3 squared is 9. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6, so 9 minus 6, and minus another 3. Well, 9 minus 6 is 3. Take away 3 again is indeed 0. So we have verified our answers.